But we know the 10 steps that it takes here in Kentucky to win, to beat this virus and to protect one another. Number one, always number one, is healthy at home.
Protests across the country are bringing the economic impact of COVID-19 into focus. Today on News Channel 12, how Kentucky and Tennessee plan to reopen in two very different ways.
I got the latest on the rain chances that are coming up next.
You're watching News Channel 12, where commitment makes the difference.
Thanks for tuning in to News Channel 12. I'm Gina Kleiner-Crocht, anchoring from Louisville.
And I'm Emily Leslie, anchoring from Calhoun. Once again, our team is reporting at home from across the region because of COVID-19.
Kentucky is moving toward a phased reopening of its economy, starting with certain healthcare services. Governor Andy Beshear announced the plan Healthy at Work Tuesday. The first phase is a statewide readiness evaluation based on White House guidelines. The second phase evaluates individual businesses. That's based on things like supplying protective gear to employees and taking employees' temperature daily, among other things. Businesses can submit proposals to reopen by filling out a form online. The Healthy at Work plan came after days of protest at the Kentucky Capitol. A parade of cars drove around and honked outside the state capitol building in Frankfort. The drivers are upset about rules keeping small businesses closed during the pandemic. One protester said he feels Governor Beshear's current restrictions are infringing on constitutional rights.
When they started collecting license plate numbers, that was one step too far. And seeing what's happening in Michigan and in a few other states, I'm just afraid he needs to get the message. He needs to have a little bit of liberty pressure on him.
There have been similar protests in more than 20 states, including Tennessee. Their Governor Bill Lee says he'll let his stay-at-home order expire April 30th. Most businesses will be allowed to open on May 1st.
So while the health outlook is showing signs of improvement, our economic outlook tells a very different story. Record unemployment numbers, thousands of businesses closed. Social distancing works, and as we open up our economy, it will be more important than ever that we stay committed to that. Lives and livelihoods depend on it. But here's the reality. For the good of our state, social distancing must continue, but our economic shutdown cannot.
Governor Lee says his administration will work closely with the state's more populated counties, like those surrounding Nashville and Memphis, for reopening.
Still, many businesses won't be opening right back up to business as usual. Reporter Katie Dark has the details on a petition for changes to keep salon customers and workers safe.
It is no surprise that COVID-19 has negatively affected many businesses to the point where they are financially at risk to shutting down. But one Tennessee resident is working to help fix this change for the cosmetology community. A petition created by Cassidy Hollis is spreading around Facebook, proposing a soft opening with Tennessee salons. According to the petition, it's asking to allow beauty services to open with private contact, one client at a time per stylist. It also says that following this service, while wearing masks and gloves, will expose little to no risk of spreading the virus. And stylists will actively follow all necessary precautions and sanitary protocols. And local residents are showing their support and are hoping that cosmetologists will be back at work immediately.
That it affects their households and their incomes. I mean, most of them have kids too, and you can't not make money when you have kids because you have bills piling up. And I know one who, she just got like a $10,000 medical bill in the mail, and she hasn't worked in 2 months.
Some Tennessee salons are prepping for this opening as Governor Bill Lee announced business reopenings starting on May 1st. In Kentucky, cosmetologists are asking to have a similar opening on May 1st as well. For News Channel 12, I'm Katie Dark.
To learn more about the Kentucky Salon petition, visit sign.moveon.org and search for KY Salons.
Turning now to weather. We've had some rainy days this week. Raquel Dominguez has a look at your weekend forecast, including when you might see some heavy storms.
Now we are looking at some pretty overcast conditions at the moment, but that is expected to clear out and warm up as we continue on through the day. Yesterday, though, we did see some rain pass through the region. And so looking at yesterday's weather stats, we were just over 1/10 of an inch. And as far as the month goes, nearly 2 inches. And for the most part, we stayed in the mid 60s with a high of 66 and a low of 55, but nowhere near those records set in the 1800s and 1927, nearing 89 degrees. So hopefully we start approaching those temperatures as we get closer to the summer, but nowhere near 31 degrees either. That's pretty chilly out there. However, right now we are looking at 62 degrees. And again, these conditions are expected to clear out and warm up as we continue on through the day. So as far as the week goes, expect a mild start to your weekend, but that's not the case as we end it, because we're looking at another rain chance on Sunday and a couple more this week. So you will want to stick around for that. But as far as the work week goes, you should expect some mild temperatures ahead, but again, these rain chances are here and here to stay throughout the week.
Thanks, Raquel. Pandemic shutdowns are having economic impacts that reaches far beyond businesses. Reporter John Reynolds explores the trickle-down effect on nonprofits.
Businesses around the world are suffering financially and operationally due to COVID-19. Now, all of those businesses aren't worried about losing total funding, but on the other side of that spectrum, you have nonprofit organizations. Nonprofits that are being funded by those businesses that are losing money now have their own trepidation about partnerships and financial backing ceasing to exist. One local nonprofit in Bowling Green is Christian Family Radio. Christian Family Radio is a faith-based radio station located in Bowling Green, but broadcasts to the Owensboro and Glasgow areas as well. I had the opportunity to speak with CFR's Executive Director, Bridget Gross-Warner, about how funding is crucial to CFR's operations.
We don't receive anything like federal funding, or we don't sell a service. We strictly exist by the generosity of donations. So obviously, if this remained as critical and that continued to escalate, we would be impacted to the point of operations and having to look at what we could continue to do.
As Gross-Warner mentioned, if Christian Family Radio's partners were to pull financial funding, the radio station's operations would take a major hit. That would also leave employees and on-air personalities wondering what's next. For News Channel 12, I'm John Reynolds.
According to the consulting company Oliver Wyman, less than half of nonprofits have 1 month of operating reserves.
COVID-19 testing is expanding across Kentucky. After the break, the steps you can take to get tested.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
Honorary Forest Ranger Betty White here, lending a hand to my dear friend Smokey Bear. Because for 75 years, he's only said,
only you can prevent wildfires.
But there's a lot more to say. Like if you park your car on tall, dry grass, the hot exhaust pipe can start a wildfire. So keep the animals safe, especially the cute shirtless one. Go to SmokeyBear.com to learn more about wildfire prevention.
Roll over. Chance high five. All right.
When you adopt a shelter pet, you discover all the things that make them unique. And your mother and... I am totally a hat person. Right, guys? Thanks for being honest. They're a little bit of a lot of things, but they're all pure love. Adopt pure love at theshelterpetproject.org.
to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Drive-through testing for COVID-19 is coming to Bowling Green next week, and it's open to everyone. Governor Beshear announced the new testing site, South Warren High School, Wednesday. Unlike in the past, testing is not limited to healthcare workers or people over 65. Anyone who wants a test can sign up online at krogerhealth.com/COVID testing. There are also drive-through testing sites in Louisville, Lexington, and Owensboro.
What started off as a project to save engineering jobs in Kentucky could also be saving lives. Precision Mechanical in Winchester, Kentucky usually engineers one-of-a-kind products for factories. Business was slow, so they thought about creating a one-of-a-kind product for hospitals. That idea turned into a custom intubation box. It protects healthcare workers when they have to intubate patients. The company had made 30 so far.
There were people that actually clapped when we walked in with it, and that was a really good feeling, and people flocked to it to come look at it and pick it up and take off with it, and that was extremely rewarding. It was almost emotional to think, man, I made a difference, and our guys made a difference, and something we thought of made a difference.
The company is selling the boxes at cost with no markup. So far, production orders have saved jobs at the Kentucky plant. The engineers say they are happy to design other equipment for healthcare workers if there is a need.
After the break, Raquel Dominguez will let you know what kind of rain chances you can expect next week. And reporter Elliot Wells spoke with someone looking on the bright side of a holy month in lockdown.
It's a short ride from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Touchdown! Oh, you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Wait, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin!
1 in 3 adults has pre-diabetes. That means it could be you, your favorite brother, your other brother,
Yes.
you, your football buddy, your football buddy, you, your plumber,
Breathe right into your foot.
your plumber's masseuse,
Yes.
you, your dog walker, your cat jogger. With early diagnosis, prediabetes can be reversed. Take the risk test at doihaveprediabetes.org.
Because of you, I felt hopeless.
I know it was a joke, but it still hurt me.
Because of you, I felt wanted and not alone in this world.
Because you said hi to me on the first day of school, I felt included and I knew that I was going to be okay.
Now, I know that I said that we're looking at some pretty overcast conditions at the moment, but again, that is expected to clear out and warm up as we head on through the day. So looking at your high temperatures today, overall, the region is looking at temperatures in the lower 70s and mid 60s. So 71 degrees in Bowling Green, 73 in Paducah, and a cool spot in Lexington and London at 65 degrees. But tonight, though, expect low temperatures to be in the mid-50s and upper 40s, with 41 degrees in Paducah taking the cake for the cool spot, 47 degrees in Somerset, and 49 degrees in Lexington and Richmond. Right now, though, we are looking at the lower 60s at 62 degrees. Again, these clouds are expected to move out of the region as we continue on through the day, but tonight, you will want to keep that sweater around with you as we look at 55 degrees, but overall, mostly clear conditions, so perfect night to go on a stargaze. As far as tomorrow goes, you will want to keep or pack that umbrella with you as you go out and about, and you may even be able to hear a rumble or two of thunder. But overall, we will stay in the mid-60s at 67 degrees. Now, as far as this week goes, again, tomorrow we are expecting some rain. Overall, lows are in the 40s and 50s, but tomorrow we're looking at 61 degrees, and look at Monday, 69 degrees, mostly sunny. So you will want to take advantage of that day because that's going to be the warmest day that we are expecting this week. But again, these rain chances are here and here to stay. Tuesday and Wednesday look like wet ones, 73 degrees and 71. So you will want to keep that umbrella around if you can. And 68 degrees on Thursday. And look at that. We cool back down to 56 degrees on Friday. But overall, you will want to watch out for some rain this week and some mild temperatures.
Thanks, Raquel. Today is the first full day of Ramadan, a month where Muslims are encouraged to fast from sunrise to sunset to feel grateful for what they have. Reporter Elliot Wells has the look at how COVID-19 will impact the holy month.
In March, the CDC requested for Americans to refrain from being in groups of more than 10 people, and now Muslims in Kentucky are spending their first day of Ramadan away from their sacred place of worship. During Ramadan, the mosque behind me is designated for Muslims to gather as a whole to increase worshiping in their 5 daily prayers and a place to engage in extra prayers. Many Muslims see Ramadan as a special time for Muslims to come together and be connected. Owensboro Islamic Center member Ibrahim Murtaza says worshiping from home will be different this year, but will only strengthen the faith of Muslims.
It's going to be a very different type of Ramadan, but with that said, although you can't be worshiping in the mosque, you can definitely worship at home, and I think that this will be a great time for people to learn how to increase their spirituality and worshiping in their own homes.
Murtaza says families in the Muslim community typically spend their nights during Ramadan hosting dinners for everyone in the community to enjoy delicious food. Although prayers at the mosque and annual dinners have been canceled throughout Ramadan, Murtaza says the holy month is a time for Muslims to give back to others, and he is encouraging Muslims to give back to the community during a time of uncertainty. Murtaza says he is looking forward to grow spiritually with his family at home. For News Channel 12, I'm Elliot Wells.
The World Health Organization recommends holding social and religious events virtually when possible.
After the break, Jermaine Cole shares how the sports world is staying busy during the pandemic and what different leagues are doing to help.
Yo, Scott.
Hey.
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
You know what? I was just in there. The line is like 10 people long.
You know, I think I'll just...
Dude, are you okay?
You wouldn't believe what I was just thinking. I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
Smart man.
Did you see how that dog was looking at me?
It takes less than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes. You can do it here. But you probably won't. You're busy. Kids, work, show coming back in 48 seconds. So let's do this now. Hold up one finger if you're a man, women, 0. 3 more fingers if you're over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40. If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a couch right now, so 1 more finger if you're not very active. 1 finger if yes, 0 if no. 1 yes, 0 no. Next, find the body type that looks most like you and hold up that many fingers while I look around awkwardly. And that's it. If you're holding up 5 fingers or more, you probably have prediabetes. Sorry to be so blunt, but hey, you're busy. Just go to the site.
To fans, it may seem like the sports world is at a standstill. Reporter Haley Schoengart spoke with the staff of one Bowling Green team about how they've been staying busy behind the scenes during this crisis.
Sports teams all across America have found themselves in a once-in-a-lifetime situation as all sports have been paused due to the COVID-19 outbreak. Bowling Green Hot Rod's Director of Stadium Operations, David Heimerdinger, says he and his team have been making the most of this unexpected downtime.
The biggest way that we've stayed busy is catching up on all the projects that we normally run out of time to get to. So a lot of detail work, pressure washing, fixing up paint jobs, cleaning areas that we normally don't have time to, tap rooms, stairwells, things like that.
Along with physical ballpark improvements, Heimerdinger says increased public health safety improvements are something fans can expect to see within the stadium as well.
So I think we're going to honestly have a lot of logistical, not problems, but I think we're going to have to make a lot of logistical changes to accommodate to everybody, make sure everybody's comfortable, feels safe, doesn't feel like their health isn't being considered, because, I mean, obviously that's a big priority for us.
On a recent phone call with executives from 12 sports leagues, President Trump said he wants to have fans back in stadiums by August or September. As of now, the Hot Rods currently do not have an official start date for their 2020 season to begin. For News Channel 12, I am Haley Schoengart.
Around the country, Major League Baseball teams are taking part in a study to help researchers detect COVID-19 antibodies. According to NPR, 27 MLB teams will participate, and it's not just players. Executives, food vendors, and even family members will take part too. Doctors say antibodies appear as a part of the immune system's response to the coronavirus. If the test results are positive for antibodies, that could mean people were infected but didn't show symptoms and are now possibly immune. Researchers say that data could provide information about the infection rate of the virus. The league has a wide variety of demographics, and researchers say without the MLB's participation, this type of study would have taken months to set up. NFL teams are also doing their part to help during the pandemic. The stadium where the Indianapolis Colts play is now a temporary food distribution center. The Midwest Food Bank had 500,000 meals it wanted to give out, but needed help to do so. Stadium operators opened its doors to the group, and the Salvation Army and the Army National Guard pitched in to pack the food.
The urgency and the challenge that we're facing right now with COVID-19 is that supply lines are not what they used to be. People aren't able to get the resources that they used to, and you have families who for the first time in their life are experiencing life without a paycheck.
In just one day, the group managed to pack 6,500 boxes of food. Each box can feed a family of 4 for a week. That's all the time we have for sports this afternoon. Tune into the Extra Point on Facebook today at 3:30 for more coverage. In the meantime, follow us at Twitter at ExtraPointWKU.
Thanks, Jermaine. After the break, we've got 2 crowd favorites for weekend entertainment, and one of which you can enjoy right from your couch.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Good kisses. Good kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Wait a second.
Do you know who I am?
Julia.
Hi. I just wanted to talk to you about what happened with those 2 girls in 8th grade.
Oh, yeah?
That one day at PE when they were like yelling at me and then you just linked arms with me. I don't think you know how much like that helped me because like I finally like knew that I had somebody.
I'll never forget the day our landlord called and said, read your lease. No pets allowed. My owner tells him my dog ate the lease, but that didn't work. And now I'm stuck in a shelter. But this pit bull is ready for a new crib. I'm loving, loyal, and play well with others. So don't be intimidated by all my muscles, because the biggest one I have is my heart. That's right, I said it.
Leaving hot coals improperly extinguished can cause a wildfire.
Hey guys, it's Smokey!
It looks as if Smokey is going to use the drown, stir, drown, and feel technique. After the first drown, a good start. Next, another drink. And finally, a close feel.
Is it cool? Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, Smokey, catch. Oh, my bad, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
For another year, the Great Smoky Mountains is the most popular national park in the country. The National Park Service says about 12.5 million people visited the Smokies along the North Carolina-Tennessee border last year. Coming in second with nearly 6 million visitors is Grand Canyon National Park. The Great Smoky Mountains and Grand Canyon have held the top 2 spots since 1990. The National Park Service says it has modified operations in response to the coronavirus pandemic. You can go to nps.gov for information on specific parks.
If traveling to the great outdoors isn't a safe option right now, you've still got entertainment options. You can now stream one of the year's biggest musical events. The One World Together at Home album features 79 performances from stars like Lady Gaga, Paul McCartney, the Rolling Stones, Taylor Swift, and Stevie Wonder. The concert aired Saturday night. According to Nielsen, more than 20 million people tuned in. Global Citizen organized the show to celebrate the heroes of the COVID-19 pandemic. It also stressed the importance of social distancing. The album is available across all major streaming platforms.
That's all the time we have this afternoon. Thanks for tuning in to News Channel 12. We'll be back next week with another update. Have a safe weekend.